Okay, so let's smash out another question. Suppose a financial instrument pays an effective interest rate of 2% per 6 months. Okay, find the equivalent nominal interest rate per annum payable every 6 months. Alright, so let's do part A. So essentially, effective interest rate means the amount that you're going to be getting. So if you invested $100, you'd be getting $2 every 6 months. So therefore, when it wants to know the nominal interest rate per annum, it's payable every 6 months. 2% is payable every 6 months, but it is 4% because that is just 2%, or which is times 2, which will equal 4%. Or 0.02 times 2, which is 0.04. Okay, so this isn't the amount you're going to get. If you invest $100 at the end of the year, you're not going to get 4% on that to make it $104. You're going to get 2% every 6 months. So this is a nominal. Very important to know that this is a nominal annual rate, whereas this 2% is effective. Okay, so if we look at part B, the equivalent effective annual interest rate. So what would you actually be getting if you put $100 in at the end of the year? How much will be there? It won't be $4, which will be 4%. It'll probably be something a bit more because it'll accumulate 2% in the first 6 months and then 2% on that $102 in the next 6 months. So all we do is we go 1 plus the interest rate, which is 0.02. We'll compound it the amount of times, that'll make it an annual amount, so 6 months is 2, and then we'll say minus 1 because we don't need that 1 there anymore. And this is just because we're just calculating the interest component here. And so that amount is, if I can bring out my trusty calculator, is over here. And so that is 1.02 squared minus 1, and that is 4.04%. So I'll write that down. It looks like this on the calculator, and that equals 4.04%. So in fact, if you invested $100 at the start and waited a year, you would get $4.04 in interest. And that's the effective rate. So effectively, that's what you're going to get. The equivalent effective interest rate payable quarterly. So it wants to know, if we did this formula again and we put in some interest rate here, this is going to be our effective interest rate that's payable quarterly. So when we compound it 4 times, it should be the same as something else that'll give us our annual rate over here. And that something else is what we used in B. So it should equal 1 plus 0.02 squared minus 1. So these are both going to give the same answer, which is the annual effective rate. So this one is payable quarterly, and this is payable half yearly. We actually don't need the minus 1s here. I just put them in because it makes it look easier for me, because we'll just add 1 to both sides, so we can get rid of that. And so now all you have to do is solve for I. So you're going to get 1 plus 0.02 squared, and then it's going to be that to the power of a quarter, which is the inverse of this bit. So that's in fact then going to be a half, because it'll be 2 on 4, which is a half, and then you'll minus 1. And that'll give us some rate. So let's see what we can do. And it is 1.02 to the power of a half minus 1, and that's going to equal, oh, I lost it, that's going to equal just about 1%. So 0.00995, which is approximately 0.01, which will equal 1%, which is roughly what we'd expect if half the year is about 2%, the full year is about 4%, then a quarter of the year should be about 1%.